All right, we've got Pittsburgh, West Virginia. The Backyard Brawl is back again, finishing out a home and home series, dating the old Big East rivals, dating back, for quite a while. Played as early as 1895. Last, annual meeting was in 2011, final year of the Big East. But Pittsburgh got it done last year in a absolute classic game on opening week. I think it was a Thursday night, so first day of the true weekend for college football last week in 2022. But 2023, both these teams come in struggling. Both are 1-1. Both have losses to Power 5 teams. Pittsburgh just came in on a loss of Cincinnati 27-21. West Virginia got dominated in week 1 by Penn State on the road. So, both are looking to finally get their first, decent win of the season. They've both beaten FCS teams as well. So both 1-1. Big rivalry game. So, what normally happens goes out the window. Rivalry games are always big. Teams always play up past their expectations or below their expectations. It's a big game for both teams. They understand it. They know the fans feel. This time's in West Virginia, but West Virginia's really been struggling moving the ball. Garrett Green's the starting quarterback. Passing wise, he's okay. Has 402 yards on the season. No interceptions yet, so it's a good sign. 4 touchdowns. Same with Phil Jurkovec for Pittsburgh. 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. But Garrett Green is very dangerous on the ground. He is a very good runner. Already has 100 yards on the season. And West Virginia also has 2 running backs and 100 yards as well. Pittsburgh, on the other hand, doesn't have a 100-yard rusher yet. They've won close. Daniel Carter has 90 yards through 2 games. But both these teams are struggling a little bit. Pittsburgh, I think, thought that they could compete for the ACC a little bit. Clemson's down. Florida State seems to be the only one standing in your way, but they just have not lived up to the expectations that they probably thought they could last year, coming off a 9-4 season. In reality, they were also in the competition for, competing for the ACC last year. A couple of slips up with Georgia Tech and Louisville. You beat those 2 teams, you're in the race for making back to the ACC championship game, but they did not do that, and they have a pretty tough ACC schedule. So after this game, they play North Carolina. They play Florida State late in the year. They also play Duke last game of the season. They also have Notre Dame, not an ACC game, but still a tough game remaining on their schedule. West Virginia, on their hand, their schedule doesn't get any easier after this as well. They play Texas Tech. Now, I know Texas Tech is 0-2, but they just gave Oregon the game of its life this season, losing by 8. Had a chance to go win it through pick 6. Lost 38-30. Was winning for quite a bit of that game. Then you have TCU, Houston, and Oklahoma State. And then the back in your schedule, you have Oklahoma late in Norman. BYU is always a tough game. So same with UCF. You go to Orlando for that one. So tough schedule for West Virginia. So this is kind of a big game for both teams, especially West Virginia. If you're wanting to talk about bowl eligibility, now West Virginia was voted near the bottom of the Big 12. So this is a big game for them. If they want, potentially make a bowl game, go 6-6, maybe even better than that, depending. You get some upsets along the way. I just don't see West Virginia winning this game. I do think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be a rivalry atmosphere. This game is going to be neck and neck throughout the whole game. I just think West Virginia is going to make the mistakes they made last year with Garrett Green at quarterback. I think he's just going to, make a couple of interceptions or fumbles, make some bad decisions where he just can't do that in that moment, and Pittsburgh's going to capitalize. I'm thinking kind of a last-second win for Pittsburgh, who's done that a lot. I think they did it last year, had an interception late that won them the game, beat Clemson a couple years ago on a field goal that won the game. So Pittsburgh, they're not, they have the opportunity to win this game. I think they will. They won last year, like I said, 38-31. They own the all-time series, 62-40. So they beat West Virginia quite a bit. I just don't see West Virginia winning this game. I don't think they have the team this year to compete to beat a Power 5 team. They're playing 11 Power 5 opponents. Only non-Power 5 is their FCS school. Same for Pittsburgh. They're playing 11 Power 5s as well. Now with Cincinnati, Wofford are only non-Power 5. Notre Dame late in the year is a non-conference as well. So they both have tough schedules. I just don't think West Virginia's got what it takes to get this done when it comes down to it. They're not ready for the late game situations yet. Neil Brown kind of on the hot seat, and frankly, I don't know if he's going to survive after the season. It would need I think 7-5, 8-4 season to potentially think about keeping his job at West Virginia. But I just don't think they're going to be able to keep Pittsburgh out of it, and I think Pittsburgh's going to walk in there, take a win, move on to North Carolina next week. West Virginia's going to fall to 1-2, in my opinion. Have to face Texas Tech. They have them at home, but Texas Tech's a really good team. They lost to Wyoming in double overtime, and honestly had a chance to win. They were up 17-0 in the first half, and just could not get anything done on offense late in that game. Oregon, they were winning against Oregon for quite a bit of that game. Even had a 2-possession lead late, and but Oregon's a top 10 team, or top 15 team. So they did what they had to do to win that game. I think Pittsburgh just has the slight edge. I know it's a rivalry game, but I think that slight edge for Pittsburgh is what gets it done. 27-21 for my prediction. Both offenses are a little shaky. That's why it's a little low scoring, but I think Pittsburgh gets it done in the backyard brawl and moves to 2-1. West Virginia will fall to 1-2. Appreciate y'all for watching, and keep up with TPA stuff for the rest of the season.